President Bola Tinubu last week signed into law 4 transformative tax reform bills aimed at overhauling Nigeria's complex, fragmented and inefficient tax regime. The new laws, that is the Nigeria Tax Act, Tax Administration Act, Nigeria Revenue Service Act, and Joint Revenue Board Act, form the cornerstone of the federal government's medium-term fiscal framework and the tax policy agenda 2023 to 2026, collectively referred to as the 2025 Tax Reform Act. They are expected to take effect on 1st January 2026. Now to speak on its implications for stakeholders as well as small businesses is an associate professor of forensic accounting and immediate past chairman of the Chartered Institute of Taxation of Nigeria, Abuja District, Dr. Kennedy Iwundo. It's good to have you back in the studio, Dr. Iwundo.
Thank you.
Now, let's start with the big one, that's the Nigeria tax bill, which aims to consolidate Nigeria's fragmented tax reforms into a single harmonized law. How do you think this will simplify things for businesses and the ordinary Nigerian?
Yeah, that's a good one. The job the committee did was very holistic and very efficient. If you look at our laws, they repealed about 29 laws and harmonized it into 7. All those Value-Added Tax Act, Company Income Tax Acts, Personal Income Tax Acts, all those acts has been repealed. There were 29 of them, and they consolidated all of them and brought it just to 7 laws in the Nigerian Tax Act. And the benefit of the laws are so much. We have not seen the signed copy of the signed copy by the one the president signed. We are still seeing the final copy flying up and down. And that final copy, we are looking at it, seeing that the companies that have 100 million turnover and below are exempted from tax. And that's a very wonderful one. But there's a caveat there. Those companies must have assets of 200 million and below. Means that even if you have 100 million turnover and below, but your assets are more than 250 million, then you're not exempted. You're no longer a small company. You may have, your company may have 100 million or less than 100 million turnover. Maybe you have a billion assets, or you have 500 million assets. It means that you are not exempted. So Nigerians should understand the nitty-gritty of these laws. We also have the Personal Income Tax Act, where you earn 1.3 million in a year, you are exempted from tax because you'll be granted 500,000 rent relief or rent allowance plus 800,000 that has 0%. But again, for you to earn that rent relief, you must bring evidence of the rent you have paid. Meaning that if you are not unable to bring evidence of the rent you have paid, you may not be able to have that relief. Landlords are also exempted. If you're a landlord, you're not going to enjoy that relief. And again, we also want to let Nigerians know, because there's need to educate Nigerians in this act. If you are doing business, with a business name is not a limited liability company. It's only when you are doing business with a company that you have that threshold of 100 million and below that you're exempted. But if you have a business name, no matter the threshold, even if it's 1 million, 2 million, 10 million turnover, you'll be expected to pay tax, because there's no difference between the business name and your person.
All right.
But there's a difference between a company and your person.